What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today, I want to talk about the Crucible. So, I've got a rant here, a ramble, a plea to cry out for help from Bungie to please include private matches in the Crucible. So last night we recorded the Planet Destiny podcast, and we take some Twitter questions at the end of every episode. We answer those questions kind of collectively, and one of those questions was, if you were the boss of Bungie for a day or for a short period of time, what project would you prioritize in your short time there? And my answer was obviously private matches. Private matches is something that I think would add to Destiny tremendously. It would add to the Crucible in a huge way. And it's funny because I don't think I would actually use that feature too often myself, but it would allow for something that I think would be very valuable to the community of Destiny, and that is tournament structures. So private matchmaking basically would allow players to choose the people they're going to play against in, let's say Control or Trials of Osiris or, Elimination. Whatever they're going to do, they'd be able to actually choose their opponents. This would allow for tournaments. We saw with the Sparrow Racing League where basically private matchmaking was enabled. You could have a Sparrow race with 5 of your friends. You could select each of the competitors for a Sparrow race, something that you can't do in the normal Crucible. And we saw that using this tool, using this functionality, people were able to create tournaments. King Gathalion and Professor Broman did an excellent tournament where they got a bunch of Twitch streamers to all compete in a bracketed tournament for the Sparrow Racing. And even though Sparrow Racing may not be my or your favorite thing, I can guarantee you this was a very entertaining thing to watch because a lot of your favorite streamers, YouTube personality, competitive players can all get together and fight it out in a super competitive environment. And that's exactly what happened with their Sparrow Racing tournament. And it was fun to watch. And this needs to happen for the Crucible. So right now, you can kind of make a tournament in Destiny. You kind of exploit the matchmaking in Destiny and keep trying to get a match until you match up with the people you're trying to get with. It's a kludgy, awful way of doing it, and it's not really fun for the competitors or the people who are trying to watch because it can take a significant amount of time to actually get matched up with the opponents you're looking for. So a private matchmaking system would be perfect for a tournament system inside Destiny. And I think it would be really popular and it'd be really fun to watch. So Destiny is a fun game to watch. It's a spectacular game to look at. All of the special weapons, heavy weapons, supers, grenades, all of the stuff that happens is really cool. And I think that it would make a very fun game to watch competitively. I come from the Call of Duty place, the Call of Duty community, where matchmaking or tournaments were really popular. Watching MLG tournaments of Call of Duty was super fun for me. I got to watch the best of the best play against each other in a tournament in Call of Duty, and it was really fun for me. Not only did I get to learn a lot about the strategy of the game, I got to see how fast these people's Twitch skills were, how good their gun skills were, and it actually got me excited to play the game while I was watching this. And I think Destiny could really benefit from something similar. Being able to go onto MLG, which Activision recently bought, and watch a Destiny tournament happen would be super fun. It's something that I would really enjoy watching. Watching like some of the best Destiny PvPers out there get together, exploit the best strategies, use the best weapons, use the best, subclasses. That would be super fun to watch, and I think it's something that Destiny sorely needs. Now, we're right in the middle of a content gap right now, right? A lot of the people who've been playing Destiny since the release of the Taken King are kind of casting about, wondering what's going to be the next thing that I do. Now, for me, that thing is always the Crucible. When I get kind of done with the PvE content, when I've run the raid a million times, I've got all of the gear that I could possibly want out of the raid, when I've got all of the exotics that I could get out of a Nightfall, all of that stuff is done, it's PvP that I turn to. And when I was a Call of Duty player, one of the things that I would like to do is watch my favorite Call of Duty All-Stars, my favorite teams of Call of Duty players get together, play an MLG match, play a competitive match in a tournament setting, and that would get me excited to jump into Call of Duty and play myself. And I think that that would happen with Destiny as well. If we had a competitive environment for Destiny, I'm not talking about Iron Banner Trials here, I'm talking about a real tournament, something that could be broadcast on Activision's newly acquired MLG, that kind of thing could really boost up the community and get people excited for PvP in Destiny. And I think once Bungie saw that, once people got excited about the Crucible and Bungie saw how excited people got, it may increase the emphasis in development time for Bungie to spend it on PvP. And I think that the Crucible would really benefit from that. Balancing weapons, balancing subclasses and supers and grenades and melee abilities, balancing all this stuff for a competitive environment. If they had the best of the best playing each other, competing against each other, those best of the best, they're going to be using the most powerful gear. They're going to be using the most powerful classes, the most powerful subclasses, the best grenades, the best supers. And that would make it super easy for Bungie to look at that and then balance accordingly. When they look at regular players, balancing for the Golden Gun or the Sunbreaker Titan, stuff like that, that's not super valuable data. When you have the best of the best playing, especially when they're playing each other, they're going to be exploiting the overpowered stuff, and Bungie can adjust the game in accordance. Now, custom matches would be great for this. Custom games would be great for this because then the tournaments could kind of ban certain weapons, pull certain subclasses out, adjust certain things inside the Crucible, and make for a more competitive game. But private matches should definitely take the priority here. I think it would be a wonderful addition to the game, and I think it would be a wonderful addition to the community. So that's going to do it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.